This is it. This is the final of the Avon Tyres National Formula 4 Championship. Now, we already know Niall Murray has wrapped up this 2018 season, but there's still potential for second and third. Now, we have Michael Eastwell down in position 5, which is a bit strange for him, but we do have Joey Foster, who's been on good form this year in P1. So, Joey is going to have a bit of work keeping Michael behind him, but this is going to be an interesting race. Let's hand it straight over to Scott Woodwiss.
Thanks, Lyndsay. Here's the grid lineup for race 1 at Donington Park, with Foster and Cooper on the front row of the grid, from Matt Round-Garrido and Rory Smith on row 2, then Michael Eastwell and Nico Gruber on row 3, then Michael Moyes and Wolfenden on row 4, and the top 10 completed by Sebastian Job and Thomas Capizzo. Row 6 is Carter Williams and Jake Craig from John Svensson and Jonathan Brown, then Colin Mullen and Max Maserati on row 8, followed by row 9, which is Matt Rivette and Richard Morris. Pascal Monbaron and Tommy Foster on the 10th row from Vincent Jay and Sam Street, then Fergus Payton, Simon Fleet, and 25th, last but certainly not least, is Matt Payne to round out the 25-car entry here at Donington Park. Well, Niall Murray may have wrapped up the national title already back at Croft. He may not be racing this weekend, but there's still scores to be settled and positions in the championship to be finalised and points to be gained all the way through the field. All set for 15 minutes of action at Donington Park. Foster on pole. Can he convert it into a race win? Let's find out. Off the line, pretty clean start from everyone as they head down towards Redgate for the first time. Foster holds the middle of the road, Cooper into second place, Matt Round-Garrido on the inside for third, and for fourth place it was side by side between Rory Smith and I think Michael Eastwell. There's two of our Cliff Dempsey cars heading out of Redgate corner together, side by side. And now down through Hollywood and into the fantastic Craner Curves, this wonderful high-speed snaking section of track. Down to the bottom of the hill, they charge into the wonderfully fast old hairpin. A little wide from Foster. Round-Garrido's getting racy too already. He's right on the back of Luke Cooper for second place now. There's Jake Craig battling away with fellow countryman Carter Williams, the two Americans dicing away. As down the outside line goes Luke Cooper, but he goes too deep, he goes over the curbs. Foster gets through, and Round-Garrido. Here comes Rory Smith for third place. They're pushing each other up towards Coppice Corner like tandem drafting in NASCAR. That's incredible. Down the outside to reclaim the place goes Luke Cooper. He's got past Rory Smith. Now he's trying to get himself back past Matt Round-Garrido, which he has. And now they come down towards the chicane now at the Fogarty S's. It's almost four abreast. Cooper looks to the outside on Foster for the lead. Round-Garrido on the inside line for third. But still, the Cornish Express, Joey Foster, keeps his nose in front and he will lead the field across the line to end the first lap. There's Sebastian Job in the blue car with the green stripe. He's up to P7, up 2 spots from where he started, as the leaders go into combat on the end of the second lap now. Into the right-hander at Redgate. Cooper looked to the outside line, but he couldn't make it stick. The rest of the top 10 goes streaming through. Some good battles here already. A nice bunch of cars keeping tight as they come up through its Craner Curves for the second time. Matt Round-Garrido forces his way up the inside line. He's alongside Luke Cooper, down towards the right-hander at the old hairpin. He's squirming under braking and he just about gets it stopped, but he can't get himself in front of Luke Cooper on this occasion. There's Rory Smith, car 45 in 4th place. He's never stood on a National Formula 4 podium, let alone take a race victory. So after a fantastic qualifying, we managed to put the car 4th on the grid. Times might change here for Rory if his fortunes come good in this race. Back into Coppice for the second time. Matt Round-Garrido then harrying the back of Luke Cooper's car as they now turn their way back onto the back straight towards the Fogarty S's. And there's Round-Garrido looking to the outside line. He'll get a small tow from Foster on the racing line in second place. Up the outside line he goes for second place. And look at Rory Smith up the inside line. Catches Luke Cooper completely off guard under braking into the Fogarty S's and snatches the place away. And look at Michael Eastwell. He wants to get the pair of them down towards Redgate Corner. It is a drag race between the three of them. Eastwell on the outside line, Cooper in the middle, Smith on the inside. Round-Garrido goes for the lead now and Joey Foster. And look at Michael Moyes getting past his teammate and almost Luke Cooper into Redgate Corner. There was so much action in one sequence I could barely breathe. Well, they're all going to settle down for the time being, or they should do. Look at Matt Round-Garrido. He's really applying the pressure as he did to Luke Cooper a lap ago. He's side by side again down towards the old hairpin. Foster goes in too deep, but he's gone too wide. He slides wide over the curb on the exit. Round-Garrido gets the cut back on the run through Starkey's corner, and he's through. He's done it. Matt Round-Garrido steals the lead away from race leader Joey Foster, and Rory Smith's up to second place as well. So 2 places lost in the space of 2 corners for Joey Foster. He's down to third and now under pressure from Luke Cooper in P4. Up the hill, Smith has to back off from an attack on Round-Garrido. Almost gets bumped in the back by Joey Foster. Back through Coppice Corner. Smith looks back up the inside line to try and get past Round-Garrido for the lead of the race. And now it's a 7-car train for the lead. There goes Cooper. He's looking to the outside line. It's almost 3-4 abreast down towards the complex at the Fogarty S's. Careful, boys. Let's get out in one piece. Foster back down the outside. He repasses Rory Smith for 2nd place. Smith will try and fight back on the run down towards Redgate Corner. And in 4th place now is actually Michael Moyes, because he's got past his teammate Michael Eastwell, and he's being passed right now by Job, Cooper and Nico Gruber. Back up the inside for 2nd went Rory Smith. Cooper goes back down the outside line of, that was Michael Eastwell. He's fallen down a couple of spots since we last saw him. He was up there as high as 4th at one point, but his teammate Michael Moyes and more cars around him have got through. He's down to 7th place. Into the right-hander at the old hairpin. There's Nico Gruber up the inside line now for position. But Cooper holds on for the time being. Fantastic racing of the National Formula Fords. You'd never tell it was end of season, would you? But these guys really are treating it like a proper party. As down the outside line again goes Rory Smith. He wants that 2nd place back from Joey Foster. But Foster says, not on your life, sunshine. You want to take it? Come get it the hard way. And he really is making Rory Smith work for it here. Michael Moyes is showing them a thing or two. He's usually a Castle Coombe regular, but he really is taking the fight on these high-speed circuits here. Down towards the complex, the top 4 all together. Here's the fight for 5th, led by Michael Eastwell. Cooper goes charging down the outside line of Sebastian Job, sweeps through into the first pass of the Fogarty S's and gets the job done. Now we see Nico Gruber, the young Austrian driver, under threat from Jake Craig. A good run from him so far. He's looking for 7th place if he can get it. And just behind them, there's a good scrap between Carter Williams, Jack Wolfenden and Thomas Capazone as Craig goes down the outside of Nico Gruber. Welcome to Formula Ford racing in the UK, Jake. Goodness me. And the thing is with Jake, he's one of our 2 Team USA scholarship drivers where he and Colin Mullen have come across from the US. They've been picked by Jeremy Shaw's unique scholarship. They always bring a couple of drivers over for the Formula Ford Festival and also the Walter Hayes Trophy. And he really has been a find. He was a Toyo Tyres F1600 champion in 2018 over in the States. And they have pretty much exactly the same chassis as he looks up the inside of Sebastian Job for the race for position in McLean's corner. But these cars are pretty much the same in F1600. The only difference is a slight difference in tyre compound. And also as well, they run Honda Jazz engines rather than the traditional Ford Kent engines. But he's adapting well, so it's good to see him running up towards the front. Now, Richard Morris and the other Swift Cooper chassis has stopped. He's had problems. That's the reason for the yellow flag. But whilst we were talking there, Rory Smith has got past Matt Rangarido, and he now leads the race. So he was 3rd at one point. He's now managed to get past both Foster and Rangarido. And also look at Michael Eastwell. He's right behind his teammate Michael Moyes as they head back down towards Redgate Corner. Matt Rangarido's done the outside pass so many times this season. Tries to get into Redgate, can't get it done. He's got Foster stuck right underneath his gearbox. And they're all closing up again here. It's now 5, almost 6 for the lead because Luke Cooper, who dropped a couple of spots, is back through. Oh, one of the bollards goes flying, gets head-butted by Michael Eastwell. They really are pushing, as you can see. Rory Smith was going on the grass here, and that's given Matt Rangarido all the invitation. He needs to go down the outside line. He looks to the inside for Schwantz, but look at the outside line for McLean's. Has he got enough grip? Has he got confidence in the car? The answer possibly could be no, because here comes Foster back on the inside line. On the exit, they're going to be wheel-to-wheel up towards Coppis, but Foster's boxed in. He's got Smith right in front of him. Rangarido to the outside line, but Rangarido drifts wide. And Foster gets back through to 2nd place. Look at the 2 Spectrum cars behind them as well, because Michael Moyes, he's defending from his teammate, Michael Eastwell. So the top 5 are going absolutely berserk here at the front. Foster again to the outside line, down towards Fogarty S's. Smith holds through, they both lock up. Foster slides out wide, he bumps over the curb, he almost runs into Matt Rangarido, who runs wide over the grass. He's going to try and rejoin and redress back onto the circuit, but he's lost several places as a result. And that's completely changed the complexion of the top 5, because look at this. Smith leads, it's now Moyes in 2nd place. Cooper's back into 3rd now, down the outside of Michael Eastwell. It's now 4th place for, 5th place for Joey Foster, 6th for Jake Craig. He's made a massive gain of a couple of spots. He's passed Nico Gruber and Sebastian Job. So this race really is coming alive here at Donington Park. And this is race 1. We've got 2 more of these to go. Fantastic racing so far. Back through Starkeys. There's your top 4, followed by Foster, then Jake Craig. Here's a good scrap going on. Sebastian Job ahead of Carter Williams. Then we've got Jack Wolfenden and Matt Rangarido recovering after his trip over the grass on the exit at the Fogarty S's. We won't have appreciated that one, but I think Foster did oversteer a little bit into the curb, bounced over it, and as he rejoined, there wasn't any contact, but he just left Matt Rangarrido, not intentionally as far as I'm concerned, completely nowhere to go other than across the grass. But looking for somewhere to go now is Michael Moyes. He wants the lead of the race now. He gets a crack at the race leader, Rory Smith. Cooper in third, holding station for Michael Eastwell. And look at this, look at Jake Craig in the 1-2-1, the Stars and Stripe liveried white and blue Cliff Dempsey Racing Ray is attacking the similar chassis of Joey Foster. Back into Redgate corner, back up the inside line for Luke Cooper as he defends from the attacking Michael Eastwell. Eastwell's bidding for second place in the points. Jake Craig gets shoved out wide, saying welcome to UK Formula Ford by Joey Foster. Nico Gruber fancies a paint piece of that as well, so there could be lots of more position changing before the lap's done. Back into the old hairpin again, all the way through, using all the curve and a little bit more. Still, Moyes in second. There's Luke Cooper in third. He's a multiple-time Castle Coombe Formula Ford champion, one of his biggest rivals in that championship. Michael Moyes is right in front of him with his gearbox right in Cooper's sight. Eastwell up there in fourth place. He's attacking Cooper as well. Cooper stuck in something of a Kevin Mills Spectrum sandwich here. Not quite sure that's the best place he wants to be. The best place for him, I'm sure, is going to be at the lead of the race, where Rory Smith is right now. They're all closing in the slipstream down towards the Fogarty S's. Battle for fifth rages on behind them into the complex once again. Smith holds on. Still Moyes in second, still Cooper in third. Is he going to try and line up Moyes for a pass here in second place to head back down to Redgate corner? Oh, look at the background. There's contact. 3-4 cars off. Now, one of them could be Joey Foster. There's one car in the middle of the road. What on earth happened there out of our sight? Well, down the outside line goes Luke Cooper for second place. That's all going on in the background? Now, I think possibly Joe Foster and Matt Rangarrido's out of the race. Matt Rangarrido out. He was another car that was a casualty. So he's out of the race. We understand that Joey Foster's out as well. And the other two cars we're hearing were possibly Nico Gruber and Sebastian Job. So four of the main front runners in this sort of top 10 that's been running all the way through the race out at the chicane at Fogarty S's. We didn't see what happened, but we saw the aftermath of cars absolutely everywhere. We thought this race couldn't get any more intense. It just did. What's happened now, though, is that the top four have broken away as a result of that. As the two Kevin Mills Spectrums again go into combat up towards Coppice corner. Cooper up to second now, still Smith that leads. And there's Nico Gruber's car, he's out of the race, and so is Sebastian Job. Look at the left front suspension. Damage to that car with work to do for the team before race 2. So top four breaking away. Look in the background, that's Jake Craig in 5th position in the Team USA scholarship car. What a result that would be if he can hold on for a top 5 in his first ever appearance in the UK in the National Formula Ford Championship. Believe it or not, he's only treating it as a warm-up for the Formula Ford Festival and the Walter Hayes Trophy. So what a warm-up this is for Jake Craig. And what a race it's been so far for Rory Smith. He leads the way, as we said, hasn't won a National Formula Ford race in his entire career, but could he be a few laps away from getting that monkey off his back? Let's see if he can possibly take a first-time winner's trophy. Or has Luke Cooper, Michael Moyes or Michael Eastwell got anything left in reserve to try and overhaul him and deny him that privilege? Well, at the moment, Moyes seems more focused on battling with his Castle Coombe running mate Luke Cooper. They're having a good scrap for second place. And the pair of them aren't too far away from trying to get past Smith. Here comes Cooper to the outside line, but there are yellow flags being waved down towards the chicane, so I think we've got another car off, unless that's for the existing accident. They turn into the complex. Ah, yes, there's a car off on the inside line. I think that might be Jack Wolfenden, so we've lost another car of that sequence. And you just saw look at the cars parked up on the left-hand side. Gruber, Job, Rangarrido. I think possibly Foster escaped. And trying to escape into the lead here is now Luke Cooper. Again looking to the outside line, but Smith is pulling out every trick in the book that he knows and holding the race winner Luke Cooper at bay here. Believe it or not, out of the 4 cars here, Cooper's the only driver that's won a race so far this season in the National Formula Ford Championship. Eastwell's come close on so many occasions. Moyes has had a couple of podiums this year in the appearances he's made. But Luke Cooper is really trying to pull this rookie's chain here down towards the right-hander. Smith has been building up for this moment. He really has been getting so much experience, but he's still relatively a young driver, as is Eastwell. He's really attacking Michael Moyes for 3rd place. It's been a fascinating opening race of the weekend here at Donington Park for the Avon Tyres National Formula Fords. Still yellow flags flying down at the chicane, so obviously there's still the stranded car, Jack Wolfen, to try and get around possibly. But they head into the Fogarty S's again. In the closing stages of this Formula Ford race. Little bump of the curb there from Michael Moyes, but he keeps Cooper and Smith in his sights, and here comes Michael Eastwell for 4th position as the last lap board is shown one more time around the national circuit for Rory Smith to take his first national Formula Ford win. It's a battle for 3rd place between the two Spectrum twins, and still Michael Moyes is putting up a stringent defence, holding the inside line on Michael Eastwell. And they come down towards the Craner curves into the run towards the old hairpin. Rory Smith has a couple of car lengths breathing space. This might be the opportunity he needs. Nice and clean, out of the old hairpin, now through Starkey's. Can he get through McLean safely? There is Michael Eastwell. He will desperately want another podium to cement his vice-champion status behind Niall Murray. Into the right hand at McLean's little tail slide there for Rory Smith. He runs a little bit wide. Is that the pressure getting to him? Is he pushing a little bit too hard? We'll wait and see. Up into Coppice for the final time. The sun is hanging low in the sky already this afternoon. As they head on to the back straight for the final time, there's still yellow flags, so tries Cooper might. He darts out to try and take the lead, but he knows he has to sit back. As they head down towards the Fogarty S's for the final time. We've had a couple of first-time race winners this season. We're going to get another one here as they come up to the final couple of corners. What a drive from 4th on the grid. Rory Smith will punch the air with delight, and he wins his first national Formula Ford race here at Donington Park. A spectacular weekend opener, with its Rory Smith winning from Cooper 2nd, then Moyes, Eastwell, Craig, Carter Williams, Thomas Capazone, Colin Mullen, Jonathan Brown and Matt Rivette rounding out the top 10. A very topsy-turvy race with so many high-profile retirements. Maserati 11th on his Formula 4 debut from John Svensson, then Jay, Monbaron, Payton, Street, Foster, Fleet and Payne. And look at the retirements. Foster, Gruber, Job and Round-Garida. They'll all be starting from the back of the grid. Ones to watch in race 2. But for now, here's Lyndsay with the top 3, including a very jubilant first-time race winner, Rory Smith. What a race.
Rory, that was a tight finish at the end.
Yeah, it was, well, the start was mainly the hardest part, just trying to get through the pack. And then the end was just trying to keep him behind me. And obviously with the slipstream around here, it's a massive job just to do that. Down the back straight, 'cause there's so much wind today as well. It was literally just a case of defending the whole way down the back straight. And lucky for the last few laps, there was a yellow flag at the last corner, which kind of helped me a little bit. But yeah, it was just a case of trying to keep the guys behind me at that point.
Well, you look very happy after the result of that race.
Yeah, it was an extremely great race throughout it. I got bumped down on the first couple of laps and then had to fight my way back up, and then was challenging for the lead at the end. But it was absolutely brilliant race, and massive congratulations to Rory.
Well, massive congratulations to yourself. That was a hell of a battle in there.
Yeah, to come out of it in second was brilliant. Obviously, I'd have liked to have taken the win there, but it was an amazing race, and what Formula Ford is all about.
Well, that was a thrilling race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as soon as I got into P2, I thought I've got a really good chance of winning this race. And then, yeah, Luke ran the outside of me at Redgate, which was a bit annoying. But I'm blaming rustiness because I haven't been in the car for a few months. So, but no, I've got to be happy with that. Start P7, bring it home P3. I've got sponsors here: George Davis Turf, First Avenue Supplies. So it's fantastic for them. So yeah, let's fingers crossed we can go a couple better this afternoon.